The house stood silent when we moved in. Its walls held shadows I did not recognize. My grandparents left it to us when they died. They left no explanation for the whispers in the halls. I was 16 when the cold spots began. Drafts slithered through sealed windows. Footsteps echoed above my room at night. My parents dismissed it as old pipes settling. They said grief painted memories in strange colors. But I knew the air changed when I entered certain rooms. Doors clicked shut behind me. Lights flickered when I spoke of the past. Grandma once told me the house was built before the war. She said it sheltered generations but never said from what. Her eyes would dart to the staircase when she told stories. Grandpa would cough and change the subject. They hid the attic key in a jar of buttons. I found it after the funeral. The key was rusted and heavy. It fit a lock I had never seen. The attic door was hidden behind a tapestry in the hallway. The cloth frayed at the edges as if someone had tugged it often. I climbed the narrow stairs alone. The air smelled of dried lavender and dust. Boxes of old clothes lined the space. A trunk spilled photographs onto the floor. Faces I did not know stared up at me. A girl in a white dress appeared in every image. She stood at the edge of frames, her smile fading over time. The last photo showed her blurred as if she had turned away quickly. A date scratched in the corner read October 17, 1932. Beneath the trunk was a journal bound in cracked leather. Grandma's handwriting filled the pages. She wrote of a sister named Eleanor who vanished when she was 12. They shared a room until the night Eleanor sleepwalked into the woods. They found her slippers at the edge of the river. They never found her. Grandma's words grew frantic. She is still here. She follows me. She hums the song we made up. Mother says I must never speak of her again. The entry stopped after that. The last page held a pressed flower and a lock of pale hair. That night I dreamt of the girl in white. She stood at the foot of my bed, her dress damp and muddy. Her mouth moved but no sound came out. She pointed to the window where the moon hung low. I woke to the smell of wet earth. The next day I found a trail of mud on the stairs. It led to the basement door. The handle was icy. The room below was empty except for a rusted crib in the corner. A faded blanket lay inside, dotted with holes. A name was stitched along the edge. Eleanor. I asked my mother about the crib. She palmed her coffee mug and said it was stored away for years. Grandma claimed it was damaged. She refused to explain why she kept it. That evening the lights died. A hum drifted from the attic. The melody was childish and uneven. I climbed the stairs with a flashlight. The journal lay open on the floor. The pages flipped as if tugged by wind. A cold hand gripped mine. The girl stood before me, transparent and glowing. Her eyes were hollow. She pulled me toward the window and pointed to the woods. Rain began to fall. She faded into the glass, her mouth forming a single word: help. If you're enjoying these spine-tingling tales and want more chilling adventures, hit that subscribe button and bell, turn on notifications. Your support keeps the stories coming.